is going to do, and pretty much the left hand regurgitates around the same set of chords. Now when you've got a D chord, which is what it normally starts with, I'm using a D and an F sharp. So remember that you can do as little or as much as you like with any of this. If you want to keep it really simple, then just do a D. So you can just do one single note, it's up to you, but trying to do a couple of notes is going to just thicken up the harmonies a bit. So D is D and F sharp. When I move to the G chord, I'm going to be doing G and B. Then I move to an A chord, which is A and a C sharp. If you just want to do the A, that's fine. And then we're pretty much back to D again. And then it moves to G, and then it moves to A, back to D, back to G, back to A. And like I say, it pretty much just goes around those 3 chords there. Sometimes we've got an E minor 7 a little bit later on when it goes. So in E minor, I'm using an E and a G. And again, if you just want to use that bass note, that's fine. And that's pretty much it in terms of chords. There is a B minor in there, but we'll get to that in just a second. So what you do with the left hand is completely up to you. What I did for the kind of verse was just to kind of pulse those chords just every so often. How often you do that is up to you, but I did. So that's all I did with those. If you want to just do one. Again, that's up to you. With the right hand, it's just, you've got F sharp. So whenever you've got an F, you've got to play them as an F sharp. Whenever you've got a C, you'll see me playing it as a C sharp. So and that pretty much repeats sort of 3 or so times. So you can just use how you sort of know the tune. I'm only kind of playing this very loosely to how Ed Sheeran sings this. So that's pretty much it, just F sharp, A, B, A, F sharp, E, D, going down to a B and back to a D, and then you're changing those chords. All of that stays on a D. Now we move to a G. And that A moves in the gap when he's finished his verse and he's going on to the next verse. When I did the G there, you might just notice that I just had to get that finger out of the way there. If you don't want to do that, then just play a single note for the G. That would work just as well. It's up to you. When he gets to the next bit, which is kind of the almost pre-chorus perhaps, where he goes, darling, I will be loving you. So again, so hopefully you guys can follow my fingers and see what notes I'm using to kind of roughly get the tune. Again, the tune might be slightly varied to how he sings it, but you know, it's all part of the arrangement, isn't it? Just remember to play F sharps and C sharps. And that's pretty much it with that. Again, that repeats again. This is where he goes, I'm thinking how. So now we're on to the E minor bit, which is E and G. Don't forget F sharps. Back to the A. Now back to the D. E minor, E and G. Up to A. So all my notes are hovering around the same. So all my fingers are hovering around the same notes here. E minor, A. Now we need a B minor, and all that is just a B and a D. Back to E minor. Back to A. Now when he got to the bit where it said "so honey now," I took everything off. So I'm just using G's, A's and D's. Back to the G, back to A. So that pretty much repeated 3 times. Then he goes, "I'm thinking out loud." Okay, so then he sings, "Maybe we found love right where we are." So in the right hand it's... In the left hand you've got that B minor, which was a B and a D, and then A, which is A and C sharp, so everything just moves down. Now we've got the G, so everything moves down 1 again. And then what you could do here is, I did something different, but you could do that. So you're moving B minor, so we found love, we found love right where we are. So that's what the right hand is doing. I'll do the left hand again. So B and D, A and C sharp, G and B, F sharp and A, E and G, and then, and that's it. That's pretty much it with the song. So you can put together the verse and the chorus again however you like and finish that, remembering you can do as little or as much as you like. The easiest way with the left hand is just to play just those single notes. So there we go, just another quick super easy version of Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. If you like the series, don't forget to click in the description underneath, because there'll be a playlist of all of the tutorials I've done like this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.